tonight. Combination of work, family, quarantine, and holiday prep. He's been destroyed. So hopefully he'll make next week and not miss, I don't know, the entire month of December. Because as you guys know, unfortunately, next week is our last game of the year. Because we're off Christmas and New Year's. So,
man, that's fine with me. That's more time for World of Warcraft.
Oh man, it's in your bloodstream, man. It's in your bloodstream now.
It's the start of a new expansion. It's just you're in love.
I know. You're. It's the first couple hours at the amusement park. I'm not going to diminish that for you. Happiness is so fleeting. Just be happy. It's fine. All right. Yeah. Whatever makes you guys happy, as long as it doesn't directly impact my life in any way, it's fine with me. So.
All right, fine. I'm logging out of Cyberpunk. I'm ready.
Oh yes, and if I could just take a moment, if we could all wish a happy birthday to our amazing DM.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday
man, nice.
to you.
All right, we're gonna regret this, but I think you deserve a player inspiration for this session.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit.
You mean,
All right.
doesn't you get a birthday inspiration? 'Cause it's his birthday though. Like everybody
Birthday
gets
inspiration die. Yeah.
I gave you your inspiration earlier. That's what that cameo was for.
I'll use it to save the life of a beloved NPC or something like that. Yeah. Because we're all telling a collaborative story together. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, let's recap what happened last week. All right. So, oh wait, I'm supposed to say, we're playing this game on FoundryVTT. If anybody wants to know what platform we're playing on, it's on FoundryVTT. And the game is hosted online at the Forge VTT, which is a great hosting service for running your Foundry game off of. Let's run 5 games concurrently without anybody stepping on anybody else's toes. Players have access to the servers whenever they need them. Admittedly, they can't do anything because the games are all fucking paused unless I'm there. But you know, like, it's still better than not being able to access them. All right. I mean, they can do stuff. They just can't wander around and explore the dungeons and maps. So hopefully we'll figure out a way to get that little pause thing to not always be there. All right. What else? Oh yeah. Recap. So last week. It was last week, right? We did play this last week.
Yes.
Okay. Last week, we learned a lot about how many special effects and lights is too many on a big map. Yeah. Yeah. We learned the hard lesson. So, fortunately, you know, I didn't spend 8 years developing that map, only to be forced to release it half finished with lots of bugs. So, anyways, I don't know who we're talking about with that statement. So, yeah, anyways, your party went to investigate claims by the Zagetrau Sea Elves that their hated rivals, the Not Nagas, were hatching a scheme to basically kill or wait for the Leviathan to die and then disrupt in some way its phoenix-like transformation from the huge living kaiju monster into a slightly smaller baby kaiju monster so that it could begin its life cycle all over again. This is like the great feasting amongst the Zagetrau is what they call it. These Not Naga were at one time sea elves who consumed the flesh of their living god to gain its strength and power. And most assuredly they did, because they were actually pretty tough. But after genociding dozens, I want to say, maybe? I don't know, it was quite a few. The remaining living leaders sought to at least understand why they were being attacked. So a parlayance was called for. Captain Bubbles, who is having a miserable time on this adventure, grumpily shouted that this isn't his character backstory, it's Analora's, let her deal with it. And then he grumpily crossed his arms and refused to make eye contact with anyone. This week he will be hanging out in his bubble, being grumpy. So, that's where we left off. Was in the middle of these caves with the battle just simmering down. So let me bring you guys over there. Preload it and activate it.
I really love this special effect. So nice. You guys are being awfully quiet. I'm scared.
Wait, dead?
Wait, what?
Oh, he's
No.
got a little. He's a 0. He's got a little X.
Oh, he just needs to get healed. That's why.
Hello? Test.
Hello? I hear you.
Oh, I just came back from getting a drink and it was quiet.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of spooky.
Okay. Did we lose birthday boy?
I don't know.
Can you not hear me? Hello?
Why?
Oh,
I
there he
can
is.
hear you.
Okay, so is anyone able to drop a heal on Bubbles?
Yes.
I can.
Okay.
I'm
Really?
assuming. Yeah, I've
Oh,
got
you with your little bee.
my little bee,
Okay.
baby.
So, how many hit points are you restoring to Bubbles?
Oh, nice. 6.
A beefy 6. Okay. Bubbles is no longer dying, and he will just hang out inside his bubble. And he passes the reins of leadership over to temporary Captain Onalora Erele. And he
Not the
just-
first mate.
He just grumbles to himself and he says, he's like, no, I'm so stressed out by all this ocean. You know, I look like a fish person inside a bubble. I keep getting, no, you know what? And everybody's trying to, fuck your mom and your sister. I'm just tired. I'm tired. And I'm here, but I'm not here. So you just, you call the shots. Just.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to go up to the fire elemental.
Okay. Which continues to suffer.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, I'm sorry you had to suffer like this, and I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Laura, I don't think it heard you over it screaming.
I Dispel Magic on it.
All right, it vanishes. All these not Nagas around you look with narrowed eyes. Some of them you feel may have recognized you and your brother. This is a bad situation. It could be survivable though.
What did I miss?
Didn't you listen to the recap?
Yeah, They went to fight the Not Nagas, and they killed a bunch, and then a parlayance was called for.
You slept on the part where we were almost fucking dead?
Oh, I mean, why else would you guys agree to a parlayance?
Oh, well, on the plus side, the reach is still good. That doesn't normally happen.
Yeah. So what we'll do...
Let me turn off my glowy self and put on my mask bat on.
Let me move you guys all into one location where you guys can maybe meet and discuss this further.
I hide my beauty behind a mask.
All right. We'll throw a little bit of magic in here. Hold on. Not magic, but lighting. Just because dark vision being black and white now is absolutely incredible, but it's also kind of, you know, it's a little cheesy because sometimes you want to see what's going on. It doesn't really be black and white. I guess that's when you can create your own light source, but let's see. Let's see. We'll make it 80. There we go. All right. Is everybody able to see a little bit better, or is it still a mess? No, looks like it's still dark. Let's see what's going on here.
I got that 120-foot dark vision, so I'm good. But...
How do I turn off this yellow thing around me?
The yellow thing around you. Oh, that's your aura. That's your aura. It's on the image tab.
He doesn't want everybody to know just how scared he is.
Oh.
I thought he just peed in the water.
Oh dang! They said you peed in the water.
I peed in the water. No, I mean, honestly, no. Yeah, I probably did pee in the water because that's a natural thing to me. Just pee in the water because I'm a crab folk.
I mean, really, if you guys are swimming around for hours and hours at a time underwater, where else would you pee though?
I feel like Alnor would pee in a bottle. Bubbles would just pee on a piece of coral.
I feel like Anna-Laura would just magic away her pee somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
You don't think she runs like constant diagnostics on herself?
I accidentally just cast a spell.
Okay, so we'll light this room up just a little bit. There we go. All right. So this lady comes out, Mercurus, and she is going to be repping the Vervormen during this parlayance. So you guys are encouraged to basically stay on your side of this giant chamber that could turn into a bloodbath, while they stay on their side of the chamber. Lift, are you still a giant crab?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Who the hell is this giant crab then? Was this also?
It was me.
I think that's dead.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Akarik of the Broken Gun and the wildly spasmodic dice rolls last week is definitely nursing some injuries. He swims over to be near to his sister. All right, Mercurus looks over at Anna-Laura, and she nods to you. And in Aldfair, she says, "You may open the parlance. Tell me, why are you here?"
We came under the assumption that you and your people had plans against the Leviathan.
All right. She narrows her eyes and looks at you with suspicion. "We nurse many plans, hatch many schemes, but the only one we have now is of migration."
Migration?
"We are gathering the separate tribes and leaving the shackles.
May I ask why? Or what the reasoning behind this decision is?
We are more connected to the Leviathan than you. And she just kind of eyes you like you're like just filth, just dolphin poop that washed up recently. Lesser acolytes. We had the courage to take things further, to bond with the Leviathan in ways that your simple forms could never understand. That makes us privy to secrets, to visions. Great, powerful forces haunt the Leviathan even now. It will not survive the great feasting. Its bloodline will end, and something far more terrifying will take its place. The chains your people used to bind the spirit of the Leviathan will shatter, and it will be free. We do not wish to be caught up in the wake of such destruction. So we will leave.
Our prophet has seen a similar vision. That is why we came. It seems you know more than we do.
She seems very pleased that she knows more than you do. So she utilizes our new token flip macro to look right at you. Oh yeah, token flip macro. Nice. Okay. Yeah, she looks smug, and she even kind of looks over her shoulder at this other female who also looks smug. And she says, "It is as I said. You are less than you could be. That you or your people had any notion at all that something was amiss is promising. I suppose even beasts are capable of exception once in a while."
I have little connection to my people. It does not matter what you think of them or what you think of me. I simply do not want them to perish. If you know more about what the circumstances are, then I would ask you to please tell me so that I may prevent a disaster.
Okay. She narrows her eyes. She kind of looks at all of you assembled and the drifting, floating corpses of the dead that litter the chamber. And she says, There is a great deal of magic that shields sight in the events transpiring around the Leviathan. Despite my best efforts, I have been unable to pierce that veil. So, we looked to the Sea Witch for answers, but her price was too high. Rather than play her games, we have opted to leave this place. If you know of a caster stronger than she, familiar with the waves, perhaps they could help.
I know of no such person. What was her price?
She kind of looks back and she looks over you and she says, "It was to accept a cure for our condition, to return to the simplistic forms we had before." But the great crab never sheds its armor, and the shark never removes its teeth. We would not be stripped down for a small bit of information that likely will be of no use to us. However, I did barter for one secret. I will tell you what secret I purchased from her in exchange for you leaving. Leave and do not return. We have much preparations left to do. If you accept these terms, I will tell you.
We accept your terms. However, I would also like to ask if you could show me where the Sea Witch may be.
Certainly, I can give you directions. She has become a bit of an entrepreneur in the last few decades. She maintains a sea garden filled with undying spirits. They provide services to warriors in need. And of course, gather for her even more secrets than she already had. Some still seek her out for foolish bargains, but enough have become wise to her that she had to branch out.
Understood. And what is it that you asked her?
I bartered for any news at all, any information that could shed light upon these dark visions. In the end, she only told me this. In a nearby reef are the bones of many dead. Within that graveyard of bone are the remains of a ship from the surface world. The way through this darkness begins there.
Thank you. We will take our leave.
As will we. There are more oceans than these. We will find a new home and a new god.
Just one quick question. Why didn't you just like tell us some of this before we were fighting? Like, it would have saved a lot of trouble on both sides. I feel like.
She seems taken aback, but then the DM whispers to her that your player was not there last week. You guys kicked in the front door and then started kicking in cloacas last week.
As we do.
When you at least go, oh, ow, why are you here?
Or they did say that, and then I was just like, smash. And
Yeah,
then,
they did ask a couple times why they were there. That they
and then
kept
Lift was
smashing.
like, smash, and then
yeah,
Captain Bubbles was like, magic smash.
Yeah, and Anna Laura and her brother were like filthy heretics, et cetera, et cetera. It was a whole thing.
I just
But
looked
you
over
had-
at Anna Laura.
You had some of the
Why
best
do you keep
best roles of your career.
like underwater races? Yeah. Like I said, Kishara only rolls well when she's pretending to be an old man or I'm not there. So
I'm going to turn to Kishara and the rest of the party and say, our business is done here. We should head back.
I, Captain, and I should be Captain, but okay.
Okay.
I wanna look over at this guy, Earthis, and be like, so like, do you give rides or?
Oh wow! He narrows his eyes, and he looks over at Captain Bubbles, hungrily. And in what do these guys speak? Aldfair, Abyssal, and Aquan. Okay, they're linguists. Nice. In Aquan, I'm assuming that is that what you're speaking to him, or?
I can speak awkward because of some spell thing, right? That's a thing.
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. I thought that like the spell that made us into fish creatures let us understand.
Oh, okay. If it does, then yeah, you're fine.
No, it's not my spell.
I can translate for you.
He says, wow, this is a lot of build-up for this. No.
Okay, I turn to you.
I'm like,
He says no.
I got like 12 gold. Does that help or?
Hold on, let me
Kishara,
Croup
you
made
have,
me
like-
these things to
you have
quickly
like
clack.
2 HP, and he destroyed the captain.
Thank you very much.
He soloed the captain.
Is that why he's so grumpy?
He just doesn't like the water. It doesn't mix. It just doesn't mix well with his fur.
What's going on with this little guy, Luigi?
Makes it all
Yeah,
brittle.
he's fucking attached to Kishara, but sort of not. Yeah, he's just going crazy.
Well, you mounted him, I think.
Yeah.
So if you move too
Like-
fast, you said that it would glitch out.
I mounted him.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so where to next, Anna Laura? Back to the Leviathan to report back to your fam?
We're gonna go back to the ship and then to the Leviathan.
Okay. So you're gonna go back to the Thorned Bosom, and then the Leviathan. Got it. Yeah, because you use the ship to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
here. That makes sense. Okay. I'll just put you guys on the Leviathan map for now. All right. So, what is the plan?
Well, first I want to talk to the crew.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like we have 2 options. If we want to get to the bottom of this, we can go meet with the Sea Witch, who doesn't sound very pleasant and probably will want us to do something crazy or, something terrible. Or we could investigate a nearby reef which has a shipwreck within it.
Man, that's a tough decision. Because I feel like she's gonna send us on like a fetch quest where we gotta kill like 10 mobs, but they don't drop the things we need, so we gotta keep killing them. Or we can go explore the ship.
Has he been
Might
like
be treasure.
while I've been, sort of out of it?
No, it really started to hit him a couple days ago. So
Okay.
yeah, he was holding on pretty good, but the last couple days have been hard. So
Didn't somebody from the Leviathan also tell us to see the Sea Witch? I feel like there's a lot of things pointing us towards the Sea Witch. So I think we should avoid that part as long as possible.
well,
Yes.
they suspect there are two in the vision. There were two threats to the Leviathan, and without any other clues, they went with their go-to bad guys, which are the Vervormen and the Sea Witch.
So you just let the sea races sort of like overwhelm you when it came to finding people to blame.
Could we take
No,
a
I get
short
it.
rest on the ship
Look,
before we
I
leave?
hate that, yo.
Yeah, look, there aren't that many organized enemies down here, okay?
Quite a few evil underwater races. I mean, there's the Sahaugen, there's the Marrow.
Yeah, but the Sahaugen aren't smart enough to do
There's
anything
the
like this.
undersea hobgoblins. There's the
Those losers.
Wait. Undersea hobgoblins? That sounds pretty fucking
Are
dope.
they honorable like other hobgoblins?
Yeah, they are the mercenaries of the sea. Yep.
We join them.
Yeah, basically, as I explained,
well,
all
there's
these
the-
other
yeah,
underwater races.
They're called the Coalinth, undersea hobgoblins. There's also the Grindylows.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
Ugh.
and there are also the crabfolk.
those. I like
and
those.
The Carcarians, which
I
are
like
the shark people.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people could have been. It could have been the undersea vampire stingrays.
So there's crab folk near here.
What was Gongong's race?
He was a race of essentially deep sea fish folk. So,
Well, he's home, but he died. I think so. He's not home.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
we left him. Yeah.
No, he fucking died. He got
yeah, he
killed by
died.
the dragon turtle.
So there's crab
Yeah.
folk near here.
So it could have been the Ixictacachickles. I can't even pronounce it correctly, but they're basically vampire necromancer manta rays. So it could have been them. But nope. Her people immediately went to these two, the people that are most frequently mean to them. Now that's what I call profiling.
Look, they were the only people to have attacked the Leviathan. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like from what they said, it seems like you kind of deserve it.
I don't want to scare you, but this is how I'm gonna post it into Foundry chat. That's how spooky the vampire necromancer stingrays are. Look at how spooky those guys are. Mm-hmm.
I want to ride one.
Well, yeah, I'm just shaking in my boots.
Not to mention that there are some deep sea horrors like you would not believe. Some deep sea horrors, great old ones, all sorts of stuff going on.
We awaken Dread Cthulhu?
I mean Drake Cthulhu's down here. You got Krakens. I mean, there's a lot of the bottom of the ocean is a terrible place. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's a terrible place. It's not for babies.
Look, I haven't been home in over 50 years. Okay, I just listened to what my family told me. And I guess
Man,
it might not be the Vervormen.
I'm saying,
Yes.
seeing how you get along,
Come on.
seeing how you get along with your family, Bluebell. I'm glad I don't know who my parents are.
What do you mean? My family's great.
Oh, but to answer your question,
Yeah,
oh, keep going. Sorry, I'll tell them in a second.
Yeah, your family is so fucking great, Bluebell, trying to force you into, doing stuff you don't want to do. They just seem like such amazing folks.
I think Liv thinks that her mom's amazing.
It's fair.
Crab, I will agree.
Please, Lift will stick his dick in anything that moves.
That's not
And
true.
from what I've heard you tell me, a few things that won't.
Oh wow, wow. Everybody takes a minute to remember that poor door that you said you would run away with, and then you left her in the dungeon.
I forgot about that.
Like Dorlina or
Dorothea?
Dora.
Dorothea.
Dora.
She's a good one. She was good.
Yeah,
She would have
was
been
a
real
good one.
loyal to him.
She would have made you real happy.
She's waiting for me. I guarantee she's still there.
He chose the centaur painting over Adora.
Look, all I'm saying is I got a hunky tiger man and a sexy frog lady. I'm good. I don't need nothing else.
Okay. Sandara, she says, well, you heard it here first. He doesn't need anyone else. So if there's any other beautiful individuals walk through his path and he gets the googly eyes, it's our responsibility to cockblock him.
Okay.
Constantly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm down with that.
I mean, you've seen those two, right? I mean, I'm gonna have my paws full with them.
I don't know.
I've seen Jimmy.
Yeah. I mean, use Jimmy as bait. You could probably get anybody you want. I guess that was a compliment.
Yeah.
Sandara kind of like scratches the back of her head like, oh. The game's still making her small, even though she has new miniature. All right, so Claximus, to answer your question, there is, when you ask just sort of to the room if there are crab folk nearby, this guy says, yes, there's a great there's a great deal of crab folk. They are nearby in great numbers. It is unseasonable for them to be this part of the sea this time of the year. And he starts to look very thoughtful, actually. Like, man, this was like out of left field. But you know, now that he's thinking about it, no one ever really bothers with the crab folk. They do like to be near us because we are such good hunters. But we often do not leave enough scraps to make it worth their time. And
I mean,
sometimes
you probably think that, but we'll tell you.
sometimes we
eat
haunt
anything.
them. So
I don't like that. Okay.
I have not been alive for a great feasting, but thinking of it, it seems like a thing that would attract a lot of scavengers. Perhaps that is why there are so many. It never occurred to me to ask or even think about it. You do not think about the bottom feeders.
Getting like, I just look at Anna. I was like, I don't like your brother. I don't like him at all.
You know, for the first time since coming home, I realized ever since I grew up, you know, I haven't seen a book ever since until I went on land. I feel like maybe we're missing some information.
The spicy painting of you, half naked, reading books underwater, that is hanging on the ship, that maybe Laura knows about, but they kind of keep a sheet over when she's not around. It's completely inaccurate. There are no fucking books here. These people don't know how to read.
I feel like maybe instead of killing the Vervormen, I should have just done what I do best and did a little bit of research first. Okay, why don't you guys rest?
So your brother hears you say the word for research, and he says, that is what we are doing. We are scouting and finding out information with our bodies. We're going places, seeing with our eyes, and hearing. He kind of feels his big old ears with our ears. This is research.
There's a lot you have to learn.
Like I go here, like right in between them, right? And I was like, all right, see, like, it's like you did all that, but you forgot about this, and then like I poke Oliver's head. A lot of research happens up here.
No, and he points to her head. This is where she gets lost all the time. This is what made her lost from us.
No. See, when I clonk her head, it doesn't thud like it's empty, but when you clunk my head, it thunks like it's empty. And then when I clunk his head, it thunks like it's empty. See?
An empty head is a sign of a focused warrior.
heard that.
I do agree with that. I do.
We
But
are taught that too much thinking it gets in the way. Yeah. This is why baby sister was never happy. She was always asking questions, always wandering off. There was time when she was supposed to do song and dance number and did not show up on time. It affected the ritual of marriage very much. That is why Bastin was never wed to Annalora and holds a glowing piece of flotsam in his heart for her. Yeah?
Does he flex a lot?
Who, Akaric?
No. Bastion.
Oh, Bastion's always flexing. Like he's trying to lay an egg. Yeah. So.
Does he have like a friend who always follows him around, short and pudgy?
I don't know. Maybe. This seems very specific. These questions.
His name rhymes a lot with something.
I'm on the same page here.
Yeah. Oof. Like, okay. You know how Annalora doesn't like standing next to me? I don't like standing next to him.
Akaric looks at you, Klaxus, and says, you are a great warrior.
Oh, okay.
I watched you fight. You did not let thinking get in the way of killing. Perhaps you could stay with our tribe, learn from us, become a greater warrior.
I'm gonna have to turn you down because I'm part of this family.
Then I would like to continue to fight with you until we have a resolution here. I would like to learn these techniques where you make the bright lights come out of your body.
Well, that was really hard to do. You gotta like die, and then you gotta get rezzed, and then your god has to be like, you know, you deserve this type of body instead of a crabfolk body, and then that's how that happens.
Oh, wait. And you can see that the gears are turning in his head. You are a crab person? A bottom feeder?
Yes, I was a scavenger.
Wow.
I'm still a scavenger.
Kind of looks over at you, Annalora, like, these are the kind of people you bring to Thanksgiving? Like, that's like the look he gives you.
She's starting to remember why she left.
I'm starting to figure out why you left.
She was so caught up in coming back that she kind of resorted back to her roots, hunter-gatherer roots. And now she sees it again.
We'll go and tell Mother what we learned and proudly declare how many of our enemies were slain.
They didn't do it.
We learned nothing.
But learning nothing is like learning something. Now we know that they are not the threat.
That's actually a decent point. Okay, we can compromise on that.
All right. He leaves the bubble around the ship and he heads over to fill in the other NPCs on what has transpired.
Yeah, I'll let the crew rest up and say, I'm gonna go speak with them and see what they think about our options, and I'll also do a little bit of research.
And then we can go see the crabfolk, right?
Possibly. I think it may be worth. Yeah, it may be worth our visits because I really don't think I'll be able to get much information here.
Okay.
Just
Laura,
make sure you tell your brother that if he wants to be in the Bullet Club, he's going to need to get a lot better at shooting. That's all I'm saying.
He's lived underwater this entire time.
Yes,
You try
I know.
learning how to shoot underwater.
If he gets good enough, he'll be the charter member for the underwater chapter of the Bullet Club.
As first mate, I veto anything to have to do with her brother joining the Thorned Bosom. It sounds like a terrible idea.
yeah.
No,
Said-
he stays here. I just make him a member of the Bullet Club here. See? Like I did with James back on Candyland.
I'm gonna walk away.
Hey, I just want to point out that these people are more racist than the Valorians because the Valorians are actively racist, and these people are passively racist. And so, like, the Valorians are at least putting some effort in, which I feel like is a sign of respect. Whereas these guys are just so nonchalantly racist that I feel like it's almost insulting to active racists.
I agree.
And that's
I'm not even going to comment on that.
okay.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
So, your sister seems tired as she continues to discuss with the leaders of your community options. She sees you approach, and her mood lightens just a bit. You see the burden of leadership ease off her shoulders for just a moment.
Oh, sister. So,
Yes.
we have discovered that the Vervormen is not behind your visions.
Okay, so she narrows her eyes. She says, I suppose that was too obvious. It could never be that simple. And she looks kind of sad, because that would have been nice if it had just been them.
I feel like there's a lot about our people that I do not know.
What is there to know? We are the stewards and keepers of the great Leviathan. We protect the seas and the land from destruction. That makes us very important. Perhaps
And
the
how-
most important race in the entire world.
And how is it that we were the ones to take on this task?
She kind of narrows her eyes. You have forgotten the history of our people?
Enlighten me.
Long ago, the Aldfair of the land and the Dundurans of the underground and the mountains were great allies. But then there was a disagreement, a great war, terrible magics. The Aldfair people were sundered. Some of them fled. Our people fled to the seas. There we used what was left of our magics from the wars to adapt ourselves to the ocean. And found the Leviathan sleeping. None were brave enough to approach it, but we were. And it did not awake, and so we began to follow it and study it. In our dreams, it would speak to us. It would promise to wake and destroy everything with its great hunger and rage. And so we found ways to keep it slumbering. And so it has remained. In defeat, our people became the greatest unknown heroes of the whole world. This was to be your honor, but I gladly bear it. The dream speaker, she who soothes the beast and keeps it in its slumber.
As the dream speaker, are you able to speak with the Leviathan freely in your dreams?
In a way.
Have you ever asked it where it came from?
It has always been here from the very beginning.
Long before even we came.
Perhaps when we came, it came as well. When the gods saw fit to put life onto this plane. Perhaps it was here already, sleeping and waiting.
There is a lot I still do not understand. If the Vervormen were not the threats that you saw, do you know anyone else that could be?
Well, did you speak with the witch yet? She has always been bitter and resentful that we sent her away. Her radical ideas are what got her exiled in the first place. And those ideas have festered, turned to hatred. You know, she only uses her powers to corrupt and harm our people, and any who'd be foolish enough to treat with her. But you are a powerful warrior now. You wield magics and she kind of gestures at your random artificer equipment, like, you know, whatever that shit is, kind of gesture. And you have very powerful friends. Our brother says that they are tremendous warriors, that you were about to wipe out that entire settlement, but instead allowed the parlayings.
They spoke of leaving the shackles.
This is probably just tricks.
They knew of the plight that we faced.
Her eyes narrow, and that did not seem suspicious to you. If they knew, that is because they were probably the ones planning. They have told you lies to send you away.
And yet you know, but you are not the one planning the same.
I know.
They have seen
because...
visions, just as you have.
Oh, she gets really mad when you say that. How could they have visions? I am the dream speaker, not they.
The ritual to become a dream speaker. What did they have you do?
She kind of shudders a bit. I had to live inside the beast. For 11 years and 11 days. In that time, I spent most of it asleep, dreaming. The Leviathan always dreams of one thing: destruction. I have watched the world destroyed over and over.
What if he's just like having a nightmare?
I thought that at first, but the other spellcasters amongst our people were unable to augur any additional information, and that in and of itself seemed like a problem.
They spoke of a veil obscuring their visions as well.
If there was nothing to find out, we would not have found out something. That is what makes us nervous. That is what makes me think this is more than a dream, yeah?
Certainly. There is a lot for me to uncover. I will speak with my crew and we will plan our next actions. But trust that we will not leave without resolving this.
Our brother did mention that there are many crabs. He does not know, but the crabs come in great numbers for the feasting. They hope for divine scraps that fall from the feeding. It does not seem so strange for them to all be here. They sense the end just as we.
I believe it would be to our benefit if I went to speak with them. I have with me a crab.
She seems super confused. You would speak with the bottom feeders? To learn what? The taste of shit? The taste of rot? What could they tell you? Nothing. They are mindless.
There is much to learn, Meliana. I hope that I can show you how large this world is one day.
She narrows her eyes because she knows you're talking about outer space.
Outer space.
And you could definitely see that she wishes what you were saying was true. She wishes there was a way to do that, but there is a defeat in her eyes that she knows that these are just platitudes, that could never happen.
If anything, it is my desire to free you that pushes me forward.
She gets a little angry and she says, we do not need to have this conversation again. Decisions were made. Paths have been swam.
We will return once we have found out more.
I will continue to dream.
For now,
perhaps in dreams I will find answers I did not know. She moves to awkwardly hug you and then kind of stops and then just kind of moves to swim away.
just gonna stop by Mom. Give her a little, like, hey, what's up?
Oh yeah.
And then go back to the ship.
Fair enough. Okay.
Laura, I have a serious question for you. Are your people the baddies?
There is a lot that I do not understand.
Well, okay, so like those people that they sent us to fight, like they didn't do anything, and then this witch lady, they say they kicked her out for her radical ideas. Like, okay, did she think that maybe the crabs weren't all that bad? Like, what kind of radical ideas are we talking about here?
I trust that we will get those answers, asking them directly.
Her ideas were so radical that no one is allowed to speak of them.
I wanted everyone on the Leviathan to be healthy.
There is little information to be gained here. Let us take a rest, and we shall head for the crabfolk in the morning. Claxmus?
Yes?
I trust that you will
speak to.
You would like to
the
speak with the
crab
crabfolk?
Yeah, I got this. See, Croup, he was real nice. He hollowed out a crab hand, right? And I can slip one on my thumb, and then I can slip one on my index finger, and clack for the parts that I need to clack for now.
Mm.
Wonderful.
So he made you maracas?
Yeah, basically maracas, because you can't make some sounds with just your mouth.
Crabacas.
Yeah, crabacas. I like that.
Crabacas. Okay.
That's what helps. That's what helps me speak Aquit now.
Oh, okay.
For the clacking part, you know, because you can't make clacking noises with you. If you don't have mandibles, it's hard.
Everyone on the crew just nods, like they understand. They know you're going through a lot because you were a crab person and now you're not. So there's certain loss of personal cultural identity, that kind of thing.
Click, click, clack.
Oh.
Click, click.
Somebody says he keeps ripping off Lift's catchphrase. It's crazy. Hey, remember, you have a lot of new crews, so they might, they don't know the whole history here.
It's
okay?
fine. That's fine.
Yeah. But please don't kill any of them. They don't know no better.
I mean, I can't guarantee that. That's
Oh man. Well,
that's
just because the captain's taking the night off doesn't mean you guys suddenly get to kill everybody. Okay, there's still rules. Okay, rules that he doesn't follow. All right.
I don't know. She can change the rules, and then change them back before he would even notice.
Hmm. Is that true, Laura?
Does he ever really look at the charter?
Wow. Wow.
All right, everybody, let it out while he's not here.
Here. The charter is more of a guideline, right? It's more of a guideline for what you shouldn't do. But
I don't know. That's not how you treat it with.
No. See, it's a guideline, right? When I want it to be a guideline, and then it's the rules when it has to be the rules. I can't see.
What?
Should I drag something out on the map?
Not yet.
Okay.
So you could just theater of the mind, this bad boy. All right. So
it's
is
a
the
glorious
plan?
city.
Is the plan to sleep and then head over in the morning, or whatever passes for the morning?
I already took a long rest.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Let me move you guys back to the dashboard for a second. Okay. So the crabs are relatively close. You could definitely get there within, I want to say, half a day.
I need to change my inventory.
How do you do that?
And equip that and unequip
You to be.
this. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna change my prepared spells before I forget.
Yeah. Good choice. Good
Cool.
choice.
Oh my god, that last fight I had fly prepared.
I'm gonna go ahead and unequip my hammer of Dawn that does
Underwater,
fire damage underwater, and then equip
Yeah.
a weapon that doesn't do fire damage.
I had
See,
call lightning.
in older editions of the game, people would be like, "Oh no, this is work fine." You fly underwater, sure, that makes sense. But in 5e, they actually made it very clear. They're like, fly spell does not work underwater because you have to use a swim speed, and a fly speed is not a swim speed. Good day, sir.
Where's the long rest
That's
button?
fine.
On your character
I'm
sheet,
pretty sure
towards
that
the
magic
top,
door-
it's gonna say S rest and L rest. It's gonna be up there. You're gonna click on L rest or something near L rest.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah. Got it.
I'd say during my long rest, what have Jimmy and Shivaka been up to while I've been out, adventuring with everybody?
They're training up the new recruits for the Bullets Club, trying to figure out who is who is talented enough to be in your elite firearms aficionados club versus who should just remain swabs. So,
Right.
yeah.
So it's like I'll take Jimmy and Shivak off to the side. I'm like, look, I appreciate y'all doing this, but see, here's the thing, right? I love you two very much, but the entire point of the Bullet Club is that it's for folks who use guns. Neither of you use guns, see?
Well, now you say that, but you know, we
Guns on his arms, boom, boom.
Ooh. Those are some
Bang,
nice
bang.
guns. Some nice guns.
So apparently, Claximus and I are just there spectating.
well, we didn't use guns before, but now that we're trying to be a part of this crew, this was one of the things that we were told you had to learn, along with apparently throwing a grappling hook.
Wait. Doesn't Shivka use a blow gun?
No, it's called the Bullet Club because
Thank you, Claximus. Actually, yes, I do use a blowgun.
Okay, that's
Technically, the thing that you fling with a sling is called a bullet. So maybe we should just give Jimmy a sling.
Also, you had this big empty suit of armor trying to teach everybody how to shoot a gun, and there was a lot of injuries.
Hey, Jimmy, don't go saying those things about Alphonse. You'll hurt his feelings.
Nah,
Don't
I
say
gave him some blocks to play with. He's down below. He's taking care. He's playing with his blocks.
Oh, I think I see how it is now, and I look between Jimmy and Shivaka. Is this the sort of thing you two think you'll get special treatment from me just because you're fucking an officer?
What?
I mean,
We're huh? I mean, first of all three of us got pirate married by that shape-shifting redhead lady. Didn't we? I mean, you know.
No, we haven't had like the official ceremony yet. We're still working on that.
Well, I mean, I thought fucking was just part of that whole arrangement. Plus, you know, we like you. You're our friend.
All right.
I guess I'm not sure what the problem here is. You're busy off adventuring, so I thought, you know, you need help running your Bullet Club, especially when you got all these green recruits here that don't necessarily know what's going on. I think Captain Bubbles hired a lot of them just because they're cute.
take their help. Take their help.
All right. It's you'll have to forgive me. You know, we've been through a lot. This whole thing, you know, coming down here happened very fast. So I appreciate you two picking up the slack there for me.
Okay. Yeah, you see Shivaka kind of narrow her eyes, like,
Yeah. But I'm gonna remember this, because if this is how you're gonna react when we try to do something nice for you, we're just gonna go back to giving you a hard time about everything.
And that would be different from normal because
You should just
that's why I
just
said
shut your
we'd be-
mouth.
we'd be going back to normal. That's what I mean. It wouldn't be different. That would be normal.
What we're trying right now is different.
All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down here.
You have a lot on your plate, you know?
Man. Claximus just says man, and then he just walks away.
All right. So, yeah, the crabs. They're basically just drifting along the ocean floor in like a nice gentle current that keeps them relatively on the same path and course as the Leviathan.
Do you say they're
So-
drafting?
Drifting.
No, drafting. Drifting
Is
is
that a
when you
thing?
go around the corner. Drafting is when you stay behind something.
Oh, sure. Yeah, drafting.
They're
Excellent.
drifting in the current.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're
ki-
drifting in the current, but they're like flowing. It's like pulling them along.
It's a little of both. It's a little of both. You both right. Yeah, both of you take the inspiration. We just won't talk about this anymore. All right. So you may drag your minis out. Should be anywhere on the map. It should work. But if you want a guide point, this would be the middle-ish of the map, right here. Or I could drag you out if you'd like. Doesn't matter to me. Let's see. While this is the greatest underwater music of all time, maybe I'll switch to some other underwater music. Let's see what else we got.
Character token.
Oh boy!
Oh, player characters. That's right.
Okay. Now, I didn't put the hundreds of crabfolk that are here on the map because I've learned my lesson from the opera house, right?
What? That we're just gonna burn it?
Oh no! That you don't need that many. You don't need to actually represent everybody that's on the map sometimes. So
should it be in black and white?
If you're using dark vision, yeah, you're
Okay.
but yeah, bottom of the ocean using dark vision, it'll be all black and white.
What are we burning down underwater?
Nothing.
Oh.
I don't even think that you can, really. I mean, did you see that steam elemental? It kind of just
Oh.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
that thing's gonna give me nightmares. Like, just nightmares.
You hear that? You're gonna have nightmares because your elemental there. So your Brosif is going to heal up, I guess. It's probably a good idea.
He would have had a long rest too.
Yeah. NPCs have hit dice. That's a thing. All right. So he seems really confused why you'd be coming over here, but he also seems very uncomfortable. You know, like when you take like a racist person to an area of town where the people they're racist against live, and all of a sudden all their bluster and trash talk kind of simmers down a little bit. Surrounded by hundreds of crab folk, he seems very quiet and very much like he's using a search action every round to maintain an active perception.
Swim up to this guy right here. Right?
Okay. Yeah. As you approach, all of the crab folk look over at you, and they are pretty menacing looking. These deep sea crab folk. Remember, you're from the inner sea.
Yeah.
These are the these are your
them,
deep sea relatives.
Yeah, I greet them with an obvious accent that's from the inner sea.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, hey.
Okay.
My name's Claximus. Come from the inner sea. Maybe you've heard of me.
In Crab Aquan, this random one that you have selected looks at you and says, "You speak our tongue awkwardly."
I'm from the inner sea.
He kind of looks at your fake crab claws, and he says, "Those are interesting."
I can explain the story with you. It's kind of boring, so we'll do that later. I'm kind of here on business.
You lack a shell, but try to play at having one. What are we to do with you?
I don't really like where this is going, so I'll have to explain it to you now. Okay, I take out my playing cards from when I was a gladiator in the inner sea under Tamatau. I was like, see. This is
so
me.
If this was an anime, we'd have to watch like a hand-drawn, like by a 5-year-old, like cartoon of your backstory right now. So
okay. That's what it is. I was like, I take it out. Like, that used to be me, right? Okay. Slave gladiator to Tamatau.
At this point, seeing that you have something in your hands, the crabs begin kind of moving over to sea.
Okay. Slave gladiator to Tamatoa, right? Inner sea. God agreed. That's me. Not the God agreed. I pointed. That's me.
Okay. Right. When you say Tamatoa, there is some murmured bubblings from the different assembled crabs.
Okay. But I'm a zealot barbarian for Corena of the Bones. That's me again.
Oh, okay.
I point back to the card.
There's more of that, and then as you say that, all of them raise their larger arms towards the sky in a praise the sun gesture, reminiscent of Dark Souls, and then they all shuffle left, right, and back to center, and then wave their arms.
I like this. Yes. You like guys like Corena? I love her too.
Yeah.
So and then I go into the backstory, me dying, resurrecting, and she's like, "You're gonna get this body now." And I was like, "Okay, I'll deal with it." And then I'll explain to them, "Hey, I'm on a mission with my crew here. We're trying to figure out what's going on with the Leviathan."
You're talking about Corena of the Bones. This creature right here. Let me see. Where's the show button? It's so hard to show this stuff. Here we go. Did that share with everybody or no?
No.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I know she is.
When you finish your story, their mood has changed quite a bit.
Is it like a good mood?
They seem to believe your story because amongst your people, lying is not really something that they do. They take everything sort of at face value.
Okay, that's good. I do too, for the most part.
Okay. All right. So, this one says, "You've come at a very auspicious time, Softshell. Claximus, they call you. You call yourself. Would you come and speak with us away from these others?" And its many eyes dart over to your companions.
Okay. Yeah. I got no problem with that.
All right. Can you hop into secret chat?
Okay. Let me get to Discord on my many screens.
Hi, I'm Lift. I'm sometimes a crab. I don't know what you guys are saying right now. I'm not a crab. I just wanted to represent.
What's up?
Okay. So they kind of lead you into their crab huddle, trying to pad you away from your allies. And they just sort of pile up on you. It feels strangely nice. You don't have the DNA anymore, but you have the spirit, and the spirit remembers like what it is to be a crab folk, and kind of mill about in large numbers, harvesting and scavenging and all that good stuff. The one that you were speaking with, it kind of explains to the others, who then explain to the others. And soon they say, "When I said you came at a auspicious time, I meant it."
I believe you.
Corena of the Bones is here. And he gestures at a mountain off in the distance.
Why would she be so well, why would she be here? Of all places.
She has sent an aspect of her divine self. The great feasting is soon, and she will be the one who feeds. Through her aspect, she will absorb the strength of the Leviathan. That strength will be hers and ours. With such power, her aspect can grow and strengthen, and then bring about much death.
In that death, we will become rich beyond our wildest dreams in food and in spirits.
And when he says Leviathan, right?
Yeah.
My crab mind is thinking, oh, they're just gonna feed on the dead body because the dead body is gonna give it power. That's what I'm going
Mm.
with here, and I'm really
Okay.
hoping that's what we're going with here. So I'm just like, okay, okay.
Okay.
And then I'm like wondering if that's really what like just in the back of my mind, I'm just like, is that
Sure.
yeah? This is like I'm gonna keep the
Do you need to roll insight or?
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Do you have the blind macro set up? Because with one click, you could turn one button. You could do blinds, then roll it for me, and then roll it back. So you don't know for sure just how that insight went.
Do I just select blind GM roll?
Yeah, or you could just click and select blind, and then click off of it
I'll
when
do
you're
that
done.
because I don't got the macro.
Like
Insight, right?
Insight. Yep,
Did it roll?
it did.
Okay, and then I'll go back to the public. Okay.
You get the feeling that they are intending to do more than they normally would.
Okay.
That this is different this time, and that these creatures have grand designs at work.
I asked them, right?
Mhm.
As a zealot barbarian, it has always been like, and I like make a little crab, like like hand gesture, and I was like, to
Mhm.
meet Corena. I even killed my whole family for her. Do you think I could meet the aspect if I would
You will.
make the journey?
He seems kind of confused.
The journey is not far. She drifts, as do we, following, waiting.
And you realize that the mountain is just a really big fucking crab.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna tell them like, okay, well, since it's always been my dream, I'm gonna go do this.
Oh,
I cannot not do this. Like, it's when you
Be
meet.
careful.
Mhm.
If you get too close, she may eat you.
I don't really think that's that bad of a deal, though.
Which is a great honor.
Exactly.
Many go to her each day to be absorbed, to be eaten, to fuel what comes next. Perhaps you can take some of your soft-skinned allies with you.
Yeah. 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 I
okay.
appreciate their their hospitality. They make me feel welcome, even though I am not of form anymore. But
No, they say
Well, at first we intended to devour you and yours, despite any risk it might have posed. Your flesh and bones are too tempting to ignore. But we heard her call out for you. We heard that name before.
and they all say it at the same time.
goosebumps on my body. All right, well that's good. I like this. This is good. This is good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you going to go back to
Yeah,
main chat?
I'm gonna like I'm gonna like thank them for their hospitality. It's real
Sure.
nice. And we're gonna make I'm gonna we're gonna
Traditionally, like amongst the inner sea crab folk, offering a trinket of some sort is viewed as
oh
uh,
yeah. I got
yeah.
stuff. Hold on. Let me
Okay,
look.
I'll meet you in general chat.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Did they eat you? We were getting nervous.
No, I'm not being eaten. No.
You guys do understand one word of this Aquan crab that they're speaking. You hear them say in a low, hushed, hissing sound. All of them, like the several hundred that are there. Claximus.
I gotta look in my bag of like things first. But I will give them something, but we can keep going.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
We should have brought down some rotten food. I knew it.
All right. Claximus, your intention is to swim towards that small mountain off in the distance?
Well, my intention is to meet with my allies.
Okay.
And then discuss with them about stuff.
Okay.
So we're gonna go we're gonna go back. I assume like the way we got there was because our ship took us.
Your
to
ship
here.
is nearby. Yeah, your ship is nearby.
So I tell them like, come on, I can't swim that far anymore because I don't have the legs for it.
Okay, you guys are gonna go meet back on the ship. I got
Yeah.
you. I'll just take you back to the dashboard then.
So, Clax, did they know about me when I turned into a giant hulking crab?
No, I don't think they even noticed, to be honest with you. All right, and then I explain they are here for more than just. And I look at Monler, the Great Feast.
Okay.
It's blasphemous. It is blasphemous. It's hard. It's hard. You see Clax was just like gripping the mast. I was like, we gotta talk to Corena. Her aspect is here.
Okay.
And it hurts. It hurts. They're here for more than that. There's so much more. I think they're gonna absorb the Leviathan. And like I like it. Cause then like everything's gonna die. And that's like the divine battle. But it's gonna tip the balance, I think, too much too. We gotta speak to Corena.
How do we speak to Corena?
I like turn you around to the big mountain. I was like, I need you to really take in that mountain. Like really take it in. That's not a mountain.
Yeah, using keen mind, you determined that it is a very horribly shaped arachnid-like humanoid crab folk in some sort of like repose, just sort of drifting along. But it is very, very big.
Larger than the Leviathan?
No, yeah, but large enough that it would not just eat scraps from a Leviathan.
Yeah. So that's the aspect of Corena. Okay.
Now she might eat us.
Which
Which would be a great honor for me, no doubt. Not so much as you guys. I mean, it'd be great to have you come along when we all die and go to the divine battle. But religion, my religion, not your religion. I hope you understand. No hard feelings.
Only thing I understand, crab cake, is I ain't getting eaten by some
We've already been eaten once by a giant thing. It can't be
giant
that bad.
beast again.
It can't.
Not if I can help it.
It hurts so much.
Look, you seem to know this lady, so I'll let you do all the talking. I'll just stand back and be your backup if you need it.
Okay. Well, now that you know that you all may die just being eaten by this giant thing, do you guys want to go? Because I want to go.
Sure. Just, don't get us eaten.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Does it eat crabs?
It ate them, and it is a great honor. And I will be real with you. That sounds like a great honor. Still.
Well, are any of you trained in religion? No, no one? Anyone?
Sandara is.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
actually.
All right. Let's see. You could probably fill them in on this then. Let's see. Hold on just a sec. All right. Corena of the Bones is a goddess of necromancy and death. She's a scavenger, following around other deities, particularly ones of war and slaughter, and using their leavings for her own purposes. She is said to never let anything go to waste. In that way, she is known to have created some of the most horrific undead in the, known study of such things. Horrible combinations of parts and bits that are just sort of forced together so that not a single part is wasted. To land dwellers, she is usually depicted as an ancient hag with one or more crows nearby. To the people of the shackles and those who dwell beneath the waves, she is almost always depicted as a massive demonic crab.
Okay. I let everybody know, and I think I like her less.
Yeah. Most people would consider her to be, even by the standards of the shackles, quite evil. Quite evil. Because she is not simply a scavenger like, I'll take whatever is available. It's more like, I will expedite the process.
She's an instigator.
Yeah. She's okay with, in some of the stories, tricking some of the gods of slaughter and war into conflict just so that she and her servants have ample fodder with which to build their horrors and feast upon.
Well, I don't want to visit her. Do we all have to, or?
Okay, Claximus.
What's
Claximus.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we go there without you promising something to her, she's gonna eat us.
Fair.
You're her champion, right? Or you want to be?
I do want to be very much so, yes. You saying we should bring her?
Look, if she's here to eat the Leviathan, she's here for power. Yes?
Yes.
Well, what if you promised her more power? Not the Leviathan, but the one you wanted to kill?
Oh, Tamatoa. You're so smart.
Do you think you could maybe promise her that? Or try to convince her that, we'll help her take out Tamatoa in exchange for not eating.
Well, Tamatoa. Is Tamatoa her main competitor in the inner sea?
For followers amongst crabfolk, yes. Yep.
So-
there are crabfolk who covet essentially flesh and spirit. And then there are some who are a bit more mundane. They covet shinies and property essentially.
And when I get the feeling with Tamatoa out of the picture, right? That really it doesn't just leave her for the crabs, but she's the main go-to now, right? More
Oh, yeah,
followers
for
means
sure,
more
for
power.
sure.
You know, killing his followers, raising them. You know.
But based
Yeah.
on what they discussed, I mean, she seems pretty confident that things are going to get pretty good if their plans succeed. Period.
Here.
Like she could just go kick everybody's ass if this succeeds.
Yeah, but then like you upset the balance, and then there's no more dead stuff, right? 'Cause that's all. That's all my scavenging is. All how I've been taught. It's like you gotta have the balance, because then.
I mean,
there's
I don't know
nothing
who
with
you're
the
trying. I'm
scavenge.
not sure who you're trying to convince, but I mean, if you're just kind of talking that to yourself, that is totally understandable.
It's more of me
Yeah.
talking to myself. I was like, I think I can. We'll have to shift it towards Tamatoa and her uniting the crab casts, all the casts, into one giant crab cast. She did whisper my name. I can't guarantee
So she
anything,
knows
really.
you.
Yeah, but I can't.
Wow. When you say unite the crabcast, even the Aldani, your land-dwelling cousins,
All
the
of
big derps who live in freshwater lakes and rivers.
all.
Wow. Okay.
When I'm saying unite them, right? It was like all
He'll
like
become the crab lord.
Like, that's what. The more followers she has, the more power, right? But if everybody's dead, there's no really the one to follow her, because then they're all just dead. But hey, either way is either outcome's pretty much fine with Claximus, honestly. But he would prefer it where there's balance between life and death, because he really likes fighting in the gladiator arenas. And then there would be no more. Yeah, okay, let's do this. And he likes Sandara. That means Sandara would have to. That'd be that. Yeah, let's do this. Tamato, we'll have to guide it towards Tamato. And wasn't there a lot of power on that Emerald Gold Island too?
Oh, I mean, that's what your guys' ultimate play was. I thought was trying to lure Tamatoa to that island of gold because he wouldn't be able to resist it.
Yeah, and that would be like the best place for her to strike him, because he couldn't resist the island of gold, and then she would claim his island of gold and his power and his followers. Yeah, okay, yeah. Ooh boy, this is supposed to be Onler's story, not mine.
You guys don't exist in like a little microcosm. Like,
Yeah. All right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
As ready as I'm ever gonna be.
I was born ready.
Take us into the
Okay.
giant mountain.
The hero
Alright.
of crabs is here.
are you approaching with your ship, or are you going to approach a little ways with your ship, then leave your crew with the ship, and then head out on Finn?
Man, that's a good question. That is a good question. Would we like get caught up in her wake? Basically?
Not like a gravitational pull, but sort of. Yeah, I mean, if you weren't on a ship, it would be very easy to get pulled in by her at the size that she is.
I think we would take in the ship, unless Captain Onala wants to veto that.
I don't know what Corena likes.
She likes dead stuff, man.
I'll
She loves making.
look. It's
She
your
likes-
call.
Okay. Well, we're taking in the ship. I mean, I did her. Maybe she remembered the solid favor I did with her with the bone scythe dude. You know. But yeah, let's take us in with the ship. Wish the captain was here.
So
Did you see my
back-
text though, with what I left them?
No, sorry. My instrument is most treasured possession. It reminds me of someone I love.
That's
Oh,
what I gave them.
your coral horn. All right, going way back for that. Okay, are you guys able to see?
Yes. Holy shit, this is
Yeah.
a big lady.
All right.
By the way, where do you keep inspiration on this?
You just make an inspiration thing using the 5e resources thing. If you need more tabs, you go to the settings gear where it says sheet at the top of your sheet, and then resource count. It can go up to 20 custom resources.
Okay, so I'll just make 4. And resource. Okay, resource 4. Just takes a whole entire row. Gotcha.
And you can teach it if you click SR or LR that it is supposed to auto refresh that on a short rest or a long rest if it's clicked, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Kind of thought the scene would be a little bit darker. Let's see.
Boy, let me zoom out so everyone can see this.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's a big bitch.
Yeah,
There we go.
she is. And she
That
has
should make it
glowing eyes. That's
That should
pretty
make it a little
cool.
bit darker. Does that make it
That's
better? Is that better?
does. Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay.
Depends on how you define better.
All right. As you approach, many of the crab folk that surround her, and again, there are hundreds and hundreds of crab folk. They sort of look up because you're underwater, so there's y-axis or axis. Yeah. So they kind of look up at you guys as your ship is sailing overhead. Essentially, you're like a flying ship. Underwater's weird. As you approach, we could, I guess, imagine that the front part of the boat knows. No, help me out here. We've only been pirates for like 2 years. I should know this by now.
A bow.
Bow, thank you. The bow of the ship is, right about here, poking in, and you guys are staring up at this mountain of shell. She unfurls her arms, which were crossed in front of her.
Is she single, Claximus?
Do we
No.
hear? No, I think if you look up here, right? I think those are just like those many of her babies.
Okay.
It's just like I said, anything that moves.
I was just asking. You never know.
I mean, if you want me to ask her, I
Analora, the camera shifts to Analora vision, and you run like a robot diagnostics, and you realize that if you were to try to fight this creature and were not able to get away, it would kill many of you and destroy the ship probably in less than 2 rounds. But you're impressed that you would make it 2 rounds. You're impressed.
I don't think you needed Analora to figure that out.
Do we all hear like a reverberating voice in our heads when we approach?
You would feel the pressure of this creature, definitely pushing in on the temples of your forehead, kind of probing at your minds. You guys can make charisma saving throws to prevent access, or intelligence, charisma or intelligence saving throws. Psionics, we'll just go the whole gamut. You could do wisdom, intelligence, or charisma saving throw. Pick your poison to try and prevent this creature from accessing your minds.
Again, I'll be honest. When you meet your god, I don't think you do that.
Yeah, you do not have to roll this check.
Yeah, I don't think you.
What was the check?
The DC is quite high. It is a 20. It is intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, your choice. This represents the strongest part of your mind trying to shield itself from her invasive presence.
It's a saving throw or check, you said?
Saving throw.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Damn.
Damn.
That's what, no,
You don't want her to know the nasties you want to do to her.
I was thinking she was thick.
All right. So,
Well-
those of you who have shielded your own mind, or attempted to, you would not be purview to what she says next. But it's good because if it turns to violence and she just tries to liquefy their brains, you'll be the only one left alive, and have to make decisions about whose life to save.
Never been there
Yet
before.
again.
Yeah. So, a woman's voice is in your mind, but it is definitely a haggard and old thing. It says,
Soft skins, come to see me. But one is soft only in skin. In his heart, he is one of mine. One of my children returned to me. You have sent me many quality souls in my service, child. Thank you for those gifts.
Like, I guess threw back in my mind, I was like, that, I live, that is what I have been raised and live for, my god.
You have been lost and traveling, making the most of what you have been given. These are all admirable traits. But the currents of time and fate have brought you to me in the time when I need you most.
Okay.
The great feasting is upon us. Long have my people fed upon the scraps. In my mortal life, I was able to consume much and more, and began my ascension to power. But it was never enough. I'm tired of scraps. I will consume everything. When the great feasting comes, you will be my champion. You will lead my forces against any who would stop me. And I will devour the Leviathan and its child. And I will gain its strength. And I will grow in size and power. And we will feed upon every living thing and raise them in our service.
and you see, illuminated by the glow of her eyes, in all of these egg sacs are not crabfolk, but horrible agglomerations. I don't know how to pronounce the word. Help me, smart people.
Amalgamation.
Amalgamations, thank you, of limbs and parts and creatures. Essentially, anything that was left over is being grown into something new and horrible.
Spoopy. Very spoopy.
You think you see, for just a moment, the face of Captain Mr. Plug.
Okay. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Ooh, shit. Okay. I ask her about the balance of things. I mean, I've seen, she's obviously probed my mind, so that's like a big thought in my head. This is like, once everything's dead, Like, that's it. There's no new things to come. Like, it
But
becomes
there are.
stagnant.
In my divinity, I have learned much. There are other worlds than these. And when we have consumed and recycled all of this one, I will open a gate and we will move on to the next, and the next, and the next. And for your service, I will make you last forever.
Ooh, boy.
An eternity of feasting and collecting.
Okay. She got like big goals, and that's good. That's good for a god. That's real good for a god. That's real good for a god. Not so much for me, for sure. I mean, I've come to groan and to like the soft people. Oh man.
Oh man, since she has access to your brain,
I
she
mean,
does say,
You may choose amongst your soft-skinned friends your own champion. They will be spared, and should they prove useful, they will live forever in your service and mine.
Now, is it just me hearing this, or does everybody else hear this now too?
she's like a big lady. She's thinking really loud. So everybody, well, Lift, you did so well that you can hear what you want to hear, but she can't access your thoughts.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because a 28, that's pretty baller. So yeah, they can hear. Yeah, your allies can hear this.
Oh man.
Generally, deities and their aspects are very overconfident. It's unfortunately probably their greatest weakness. So she probably doesn't think that revealing her plans to a bunch of microbes is really like an issue.
The issue. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I asked her about like, how there's a Leviathan, right? And Leviathan is part of the ecosystem of these things, along with the thing on our island, right? With like once that goes, like all hell breaks loose, right? Everybody just dies. Yeah. Everybody just suffers. Like, is this it? Was this? I'm just asking. Like, is this what leads to, or is this different? Like, what happens when they're free? Does that come out too, or you it?
She seems a bit perplexed about these more complicated plans, and she says,
In death we find power, so we facilitate death, and with the power gained we facilitate it again. There is nothing else.
But and then I like the lore of it. I can't remember the lore of it. Like, we were told, like, back in Port Peril, how you have to sacrifice these things, and when you don't sacrifice these things, like the people to whatever, then the shackles are broken, because that's why they call this place the Shackles.
okay, yeah. She's kind of following along.
Yeah.
She says,
like, are you, the thing where the shackle breaks, are you it, or is this completely different?
oh, yeah. You see Annalora, I'm so sorry, Annalora. You see Annalora start to be sort of outlined a bit, with like glowing energy, and she says,
That is a chain. A link in the chain. Those creatures are the shackles.
What? Oh shit. So the Leviathan, the thing on the island, they're the shackles. They're this. 10 intelligence.
"You're doing fine."
Okay.
She says,
These creatures prevent the Leviathan from realizing its purpose. They keep it chained in sleep. They are the shackles that bind the great power of destruction. Once I have devoured that power, there will be no need to worry about such things anymore.
Okay. Counter argument here. Their power binds the Leviathan. You eat the Leviathan to inherit its power. What happens to the chains now that you have the power of the Leviathan? And they're
Chains
still up.
that bind the Leviathan will be torn asunder and tossed aside into the scrap heap, where they will rise more useful than they were before.
And it wouldn't bind you?
You cannot be chained if the chains are broken.
Well, yeah, but the chains aren't broken because the Leviathan's still asleep. Just because you absorb the Leviathan's power, my god, doesn't make the chains automatically broken. 10 intelligence.
Laura, you get the feeling that she intends to wipe out the Zagetrau as part of her maybe first order of business when she absorbs the power of the Leviathan. That's your high level intelligence kicking in.
Is there another way? My god.
You also think maybe this is one of the two shadowy threats that your sister was talking about. Maybe.
I would really like to persuade her not to do this. And maybe go after Tamato instead, because I like my gun. And I don't want to die. Yet.
Given this information that she is one of the threats that I think is possible, is there a check that I can make to try to think of any other creature that might have a similar idea as her?
Gosh, there are a lot of underwater monsters that could do this. There are, several kraken. None of them have ever been bold enough to attack the Leviathan. The gambit there is if your people were desperate enough, the rumors are they would essentially push the button and let the Leviathan wake up, as rather than have it be compromised. So that's sort of the nuclear defense strategy. Like your people sort of seeded that out, that if you do mess, mutually assured destruction if you mess with us, kind of thing. And that's what's allowed them to sort of just drift along, living like parasites on the Leviathan. They use the reputation of the Leviathan as well as the very real threat of the Leviathan to essentially have a very, very successful defense strategy. But there are such creatures in the sea that could come out to try and do this.
Okay, well, So there's two that come to mind. What kind of creature is Tamatoa, first of all?
He is a crab folk who
He's
achieved
also a crab.
divinity by eating something or acquiring something. The stories are unsure which it is.
The devil fruit.
But it doesn't seem like he's been feeding on the Leviathan like Corena has.
No, he lives in the inner sea. He is.
Okay, so he's been feeding on something else.
Mhm.
The other one, is it Keptar? Keptar Deep Death?
Okay, now Keptar Deep Death is the dwarven goddess of death and the ocean, because dwarves hate water and they hate the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just associate her with the ocean, essentially.
Okay, so she has nothing to do with it.
I mean, he just said the goddess of the ocean, so she could have something to do with it.
Technically, as you've seen from the Not Naga, anything that eats of the Leviathan's flesh can gain strength, but at the same time, they do become more hostile, monstrous, aggressive, all those kind of things.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like almost everything in the sea has eaten the Leviathan except for us.
I would like to eat the Leviathan.
No.
No. Damn it.
Like the
No.
flashes, the psychic like imagery that you get as she speaks about, eating of the flesh, is a crab folk of, pretty big size, but not bigger than huge. Picking up and eating pieces that were left over from the great feasting long ago. But then looking at the other crabs who were eating of it as well, and then turning on those crabs and killing and eating them as well, and therefore gaining much more of the Leviathan than any one crab folk should have. And then growing and growing and growing.
Would this... Well, do I know about this second shadow? Or is it just Laura, you're the only one who knows about the second shadowy figure that could be also after?
Well, I mean,
you guys have been
to all of
you guys have been told that there's two threats. Yeah.
Okay. And then, well, obviously, if there's two threats that are all vying for the Leviathan, there's another person that would stand opposite of her, along with, of course, the Leviathan. Then it would just be a three-way like kaiju fight, basically.
Yeah, and we don't know who the third one is yet, or we haven't confirmed anything.
Well, then I was like, what happens if she just feeds on this other shadowy figure that obviously has immense power that could just as well rival things?
Well, maybe you should ask if she knows.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Well,
Alright,
since
I'll
you
ask-
did bare your thoughts to this creature, she does seem curious and a bit cautious, and says,
You speak of another. Who is this other you speak of?
Is that she asking Anala or me?
just all of you in general, just broadcasting it out there.
We do not know yet. We are trying
all
to.
You know, and I will pierce the veil. I will see.
I'm winking at her, kind of giving her a little wink.
Okay.
Our only clue
yeah.
lies with the Sea Witch. We do not think she is the threat, but she may know.
Okay. She says,
Claximus,
Mm-hmm.
as my champion, you must discover who moves against me.
Of course. I will find out, and then I will return with that information.
We have staked too much on this bid for power. We cannot fail.
Alright. Alright. Well, I
Come
guess.
closer, champion.
Well, when God says you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Alright. You just let me know when I need to stop.
All right, when you get to a certain point, you just kind of stop, and pain begins to overtake your body.
Okay. Okay.
All right. The force of it is such that you're kind of thrown back. A bright red light begins to kind of burn from inside of you. You can feel your left arm searing with pain. You feel the bones that are inside your arm making their way outside your arm.
So you know that screaming that the elemental did? Yeah, we're gonna match that right there.
All right. It feels like it took a very long time, but the process actually goes rather quickly. After your arm is finished turning inside out, there's a thick carapace and a long, clacky claw at the end of it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
It is a very dark, like navy blue, but when light reflects across it, it shimmers red.
I remember there's a movie, right, when like something similar happened to this guy, and he's just like holding his arm, and he's like thanking his guy, like, you know, whoever did it to him, and that's basically what's happening. I'm just like, it hurts, but I'm thanking Corena for this gift.
All right. So you can essentially, if you are not using the hand for something else, like a two-handed weapon or something, you can equip it as a shield. So you're always carrying a shield now, as long as you are using as you have that hand free. And you've regained your snippy snap claw attack, at least with that hand.
Okay, so arm can be a shield, and I have my slash back. Okay, I like this. Yeah.
Dang, Claximus, look at your arm. Do you want to do the clickety now or the clack? Which one? You gotta
Clearly
pick.
clack.
No, you gotta pick. You can only do a clickety or a clack.
From behind you in the NPC rogues gallery, a tall red-headed woman says, well, what do you have to do to get 2 dicks?
I will be honest with you all. I'm not Sandara. I will definitely ask her when we come back with news, for sure.
Okay.
I promise.
Now, I do have stats for this creature, so if you do want to attack it or fight it, I have the stats handy. Okay.
So are there multiple avatars like this, or is this the only one?
Well, the idea of an aspect is a deity takes a portion of its power and basically makes its own deity character. While the aspect exists, that portion of the god's power is stuck in that construct, essentially. So gods try not to have too many aspects at once spread across all the different worlds, because there is a finite supply of divine power.
Mhm.
This is different than what Tabatoa is, which is a living god, which is to say a demigod. He has not actually ascended to true godhood. But anything that can create an aspect has ascended to true godhood, has actually left the mortal plane behind and become something more than what they were before.
Could we, right, treat this as like, you know how rare you know how it happens with the werewolves and the rare rats, how like it can turn.
Oh, like you could turn crab arm on and off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the last time there was wear anything.
Well, I'm not a rare thing. I just want to be.
Hey, never again.
I don't want to.
Yeah. Good thing Bubbles is on
Is it
strike.
here?
Good thing
Yeah.
Bubbles is on strike.
I just don't want more character art. I would like to be able to turn it on and off. I think it'd be cool too.
It's a bold plea. It's a bold plea to your deity. And she who is far more advanced than a normal crab folk says,
Yes. The ability to disguise your true nature will make you invaluable to me.
As long as it's painful, that's all I ask.
You have evolved past your species. You now know of deception.
I did learn that from the fleshy folk, I will be honest with you.
You're even more edgy now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially if I like have to go into pain, screams, and throws every time I have to summon this thing.
Oh yeah, that fits perfectly.
She looks well, it's hard to tell what she's looking at, honestly. She got a lot of eyes and she's the size of a small mountain.
She's looking at
but-
everything, to be honest.
But you feel her gaze upon you. And she says,
I trust that your faith will be enough to keep your path clear, your goals solid, your loyalty intact.
I hope so too.
It would be unfortunate for the creature gestating your young to meet an unfortunate end.
Exciting and scary at the same time. Because I did not know. But now I do know.
Creature gestating your young.
Well, we're gonna go find out who the
We'll
second
talk about
the second party is. That's what we're gonna go do.
okay, so you guys are leaving Corena of the Bodes aspect to drift several hours behind the Leviathan, and then head back to your ship. Okay.
Oh, the captain's not gonna be happy when he comes back and gets done with this strike.
All right. So we will make the transformation of your arm an action, which is the
Okay.
same as equipping and unequipping a shield.
That's
So that actually works out pretty well.
Okay.
So
I don't know how you do it, crab cake. That was some creepy crab lady.
I mean,
many
Jimmy,
of your
have you-
new crew many of your new crew members, they vomited, they got horrible headaches and nosebleeds, they passed out. Again, you're not operating with the super badasses that you had before. You've kind of put them onto other ships. So
well, look at Jenko. I was like, Jenko, when you meet your god, it's real special and real spooky.
I'll take your word
tingly.
on that. I'll take your word on that, crab cake. The only religion I need is right here, and I pat my gun holsters.
I did not know that guns had a god.
That's
shit,
called-
in Pathfinder they do. Like, oof, they definitely
But hey, I mean, who am I?
I mean, they literally have a god just for pirates. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
She looks good for her age, Plax. She looks good.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you be like centuries and centuries old, like, and like, look, she has to like give birth to all those amalgams of the whatever.
I mean, I was worried when you told me about all that necromancy and weird stuff, but I mean, her eyes they're piercing.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, we'll add your buddy to the. There you go.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
There, your two favorite ladies could be next to each other. Your third favorite lady over here on the left-hand side. Fourth favorite lady over there. I don't know at that point where the waifu chart is at, but I think.
Where are we at? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Clax, this might be a personal question, but I mean, the whole crew knows that you had two dicks. So do crab women have like two vaginas? Or what's the point? Or you just need two crabs?
You just have two because they have like, it's not really a. See how to?
They sort of just form a big pile, and so having more dicks means you have more chances to win.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll ask more questions later. That satisfies me for now. Thank you.
It's like it's that conversation's going on. I'm just slowly backing away.
These new greens, they did not know what they got into, and now, oh boy, I'd be scared to be a new person on this ship after that.
Right.
I'll be honest.
Fair. Yeah.
I would be terrified about the shit we're about to get into.
Pigo!
Pigo is not afraid. Pigo's ready for it.
So at some point, like, do we stop, like, feeling the brain pulsating?
Oh yeah. You guys sail back, I'm assuming, towards the Leviathan, or where do you go from there, essentially?
I would have a sit down talk for a moment. Okay. I really like the fleshy stuff. I like being alive, and I like all of you. And I don't want that to, like, she is my god, and I understand where she's coming from. I've been in the situation when I've bit off more than I can chew at Candy Island, and getting knocked down a few pegs is really good for me. Helped my hubris and all that, and I think it really helped us to know that we can't just bite whatever we want to bite on and attack whatever we want to attack on. We gotta be more piggy and choosy. Maybe we should have these things fight to a standstill enough for the Leviathan to get birthed and then become whatever it is. How long does it take for it to become big on land? How long does that take?
The Leviathan is dying. It's the child that's coming out.
And when the child comes out, how long does it take to become the Leviathan?
Your people, this is like their retail Black Friday. Your people have to spend many days protecting the baby as it consumes the corpse of the mother.
Many days. I think our first move is we need to find out who the third party is. Once we do, that might shed some light as to what we can do.
So, hot take here. What if we just let her eat the Leviathan? Like, we just talk to the Sea Elves. We're like, hey, we figured out a solution to your problem. This person will eat the Leviathan for you. And then we just have them, like, leave with the other ex-Sea Elves, now weird sea creatures. And then they don't have to do their, oh, woe is me eternal duty anymore. And then instead of having two really big things to have to deal with, we just have one really, really big thing to deal with.
Well, you see, Kashara, that did come to mind until she said she was going to essentially become a devourer of worlds.
Right, but that's already
destroy.
is doing. So right now there's 2 Devourer of Worlds. We let one Devourer of Worlds eat the other Devourer of Worlds, and then there's only one.
No, right now the Leviathan is held. The Leviathan itself is not powerful enough to destroy the entire world. But a god who has devoured the Leviathan.
Threat. Maybe 1, maybe 2 shadowy threats that are gonna potentially undo all the work your people have done for millennia. How long until something can undo it? At least in this case, there's only 1 threat to keep track of. Like, do you really think your people can keep it under control for the rest of time?
I'm not saying that they should. I'm not saying that I don't want them to. But we can't just let this happen without knowing what's going to happen to the world. I'm not gonna let Corena eat the Leviathan if it means the shackles will be destroyed.
Oh, and you think all the other gods would let this one god just destroy this whole part of the world? No, somebody would intervene. I think it'd be fun.
Well, I would rather my god just keep living instead of like eating the Leviathan and then all the and then somebody coming in and then dirting on my god.
I don't know, that sounds kind of sacrilegious to me. I mean, like, I'm not in that religion, but it sounds like they'd take issue with that.
They probably would, but you know what, you gotta keep a different sect of Corena, like I was taught about balance of nature, and you scavenge and you scavenge.
Okay, but this wasn't like a sect. This was like a manifestation of the actual god.
I know.
I feel like maybe direct from the mouth doctrine sort of like supersedes your handed down over the generations doctrine.
I would still rather her live than get dirted on.
I mean, I feel like she'd rather just be banished than killed, but
Well,
I don't know if gods can actually, like, die.
look, this is the shackles, alright? This is the shackles. And I got lots of plans for the shackles, too. Right? And I'll be honest, right? Even though I'm, she is my god, and this maybe it's blasphemous, right? I like it. I like being a pirate. I like feeling like we're in charge of what happens in the shackles. So if a god was
you're
to,
like an Easter and Christmas Corena worshiper. Okay.
yeah, like, this isn't the divine battle that I was told of. It was supposed to be against Tamatoa.
I mean, apparently he's not even like a real god. He's just sort of it.
But maybe it was just like hopeful thinking when we were all like, captured that this was gonna be the divine battle. Still have high hopes for that. But maybe a standstill would be the best outcome.
Okay, say this all works out and you cause a stalemate when a literal avatar of your god wants you to help that not be a stalemate.
Mhm.
Aren't you gonna be like marked for death or something? Like, I feel like Corena the Greater will sort of know what goes on.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because even if I do die, my good small friend here, whatever she's gonna do with my body at that point is what I would have already wanted her to do anyways. So it's a win-win situation for me.
Your eternal soul.
My eternal soul was already basically devoted to this. Like, when I died, it was to go to be part of the divine battle.
So you don't want to help her eat the Leviathan until after you're dead.
I don't want to help her eat the Leviathan currently. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. I have aspirations too.
So Sayadara looks over at you, Claxmus, and says, I mean, all joking aside, it's not too late to reevaluate where you stand with this kind of stuff. I mean, Besmar is always looking for champions. You're powerful. You're obviously touched by the divine. If what this creature is planning to do doesn't sit right with you, Clax, then this is the time to look hard at who you are and who you've grown to be. She might have been your light in the dark when your life was the darkest it had ever been. But you're not a slave to her.
Taxmus takes in these words. He lets his friends know that he will need to think. He will need to think on this. This is like an that crisis moment where, like, who are you? Who are you? Like,
You wouldn't be saying this, Clax, if you had 2 dicks.
Yeah. What's
I'm
that
gonna
word? Like when you exist, existential. I can't say the word right now.
Existential.
Yeah, that right there. That's what's happening. That's what's happening up there in that 10 intelligence brain.
I'm gonna walk up to Claximus and gently pat him on his shoulder and say, Crab Cake, you've done so much for me. And I'll tell you this. Whatever you decide to do, I'll be right behind you.
It's good to know, friend. That's good to know.
And my claws are yours, Claximus. Good
Thank you.
clack.
Thank you. I will have to think long and hard about this. And when I mean long and hard, I mean like a week for the next session. Yeah.
Bubbles grumbles to himself, and he says, "Well,
2 weeks.
Is anybody else got some backstory that they need to get out here? Like, is it? I don't understand. I thought we were doing one backstory at a time, and they keep getting all mixed up. How are we supposed to stay on schedule?
I do need to repopulate a race, Captain. We might have to handle that too.
And then there's
Well,
your crystal.
you're not going to lift if you go and stick your dick in that crab mountain. So get it together.
Isn't there a crystal here that we have to take care of too?
Yeah, there is.
Shit.
One thing at a time. Exactly.
Where's this crystal at?
My people have it. They said they would give it to us if we help them with the problem. The Leviathan problem.
Well, we should find out what this other shadowy figure is, and then we can come back and hopefully get the crystal.
You think I want to seduce Laura's mom? No, I just want the crystal. You think I want to?
I don't. Come on now. I don't know. No. I think you enjoyed it, and I think you'd like to.
I wanted to stand on my soapbox too. Of course, I enjoyed it. I just had to make a point.
Pigo!
While all of this is happening,
Thank you, Pigo.
while all this is happening, Kishara, do you have a mysterious, super powerful, god-like being in your backstory that we should know about? That might be involved in this?
I always told you I was like a follower Corena. I just didn't know the level of her power, right? Just didn't know.
Well, my sister's the baddest bitch in the shackles. That's probably not anywhere close to as bad as what you guys are dealing with. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Biggest thing in my ear itches sometimes. How about that?
Got a really red nose.
I think your ear is full of shit.
Oh, damn.
Oh, thanks.
Ooh, wow. Dang.
Cat fight.
Oh, Laura. She's handing it out.
Okay. Here. Okay. So
She's stressed
All right.
out.
Jin Joe comes up and he puts his hands up. Calm down. Jin Joe, think no more underwater adventure. And Bubbles says, "Fuck yeah, Jin Joe. Fuck yeah."
I look at Jinjo as if looking at him from another different kind of life, and I was like, I agree wholeheartedly fuck underwater dungeons, fuck underwater adventures, fuck underwater quests.
Calm us with your song, Jinjo, please.
Okay, give me a second.
But then I realized, yeah, I like underwater adventures on this game because it's different.
Bubbles, you seem almost happy tonight.
Oh, you know what? Who we should ask?
You can tell that having taken off the mantle of leadership and set it down for a few moments has really done wonders to kind of calm him down a little bit.
You should
We need
relax more often, Captain. A little bit.
we need Diodario
I
for a
miss that
moment,
man.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, all right, Diodario.
I don't know what volume this throat singing's coming in at. I can't vouch for it. I've been behind on my throat singing.
I turned it up.
Okay.
What about you? Your backstory, Diodario? You know any of like really big dick gods? I mean, like mountain size.
Yeah.
Here.
We're talking about my backstory now. Listen, as I don't want to make anyone else's backstory seem boring in comparison, so we should probably just leave mine off for now, and let's focus on Miss Airlay's backstory.
Okay. But no big gods come to your mind?
No, probably not.
You asked for big tit gods, right?
Yeah,
Probably
I did.
just like a mountain or something. Like I feel like he just blows up how important he was.
I mean, if you want to share, you know what you think it could be. There, Diodario.
Me?
Because you sound like you want to.
No, I'm really stumped on this one.
There's probably some like underwater.
If I had to guess, I would just say a kraken. It's always a kraken.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you're overdue for a kraken fight.
I think that's fair. I think what we're gonna find out though at this point is probably, and I look at Onler as talking to the sea witch.
All right, this might come in kind of loud compared to the other one. Let me see.
It's gonna be perfect.
Onler, sea witch.
Yeah.
Do we know what the sea witch looks like? I think I asked this before.
Purple octopus lady.
Yeah, she looks like Ursula.
I don't know.
Whoa!
That's just a
Can't
name.
say that.
It's just a name.
We're on, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
But when you pair the name with the image,
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yes. All right, everyone, calm down. Just soak it in. Deep
I am
breaths.
so
You see the captain just begin sobbing. Just when he hears the soothing throat song of Jinjo the Unfathomable, he just kind of lets it all go. The pressure, the anxiety.
Breathe
You
in.
can tell that this music heals him. It heals him.
It heals the soul. It heals
Literally,
the
because he's only got 6 hit points, and I didn't bother filling his hit points up. So there we go.
Let it out. Let it out, Captain. Let it go.
soul. Yeah, sometimes you just need a good cry. Yeah. Like, it's probably been a while since you've seen a play that just gives you that good cry. It's probably what Alan needs too, is a good cry too.
I think we all need a good cry. Or a good fire. We need to burn something down. It's been a while.
Oh no, I haven't confronted any of my problems yet. I'm fine.
Yeah, it's like as y'all are saying this, I've sort of like pulled Jimmy and Shiva close to me, and I'm already crying. It's be like, I love you too so much.
Yeah, Jimmy's crying too. He's got, many years of PTSD from living inside a horrible monster. So.
And he was this close to living inside of a horrible monster again.
Yeah.
Is Wumai gonna sing for us with Jinjo?
Ooh, please
Go ahead.
don't.
Oh
Please
yeah,
don't.
she'll jump in on that noise. Yeah.
Please don't.
Oh no.
Please don't.
It's good for everybody.
If I see that other groovy, I'm gonna mute.
Don't grab its dreams out, please.
I mean, she looks to Laura as if asking permission, because that's the kind of a work relationship, obviously just a work relationship that they have.
Save it for later, Wume.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, it's like I'd go up to Wume and say, "Hey, whisper to her, hey, how'd the flowers go over? Did you like them?"
She scowls at you. You made me look like an idiot.
Oh no! Did she like throw them back in your face or something? I'm so sorry.
She did not. She pointed out that they were flowers.
Wait, so does she still have them somewhere or something?
Wu Mei probably ate them. I mean, she's a rabbit.
Well, they're whispering. We don't know what's going on.
I don't need your help, Django.
I've got great ears.
All right. Forget it. Last time I tried to do something nice for someone, I swear, and I just walk away grumbling to myself.
Okay, as you do, Alphonse comes clanking up to you with a clipboard, and he says,
Alphonse, what can I do for you?
Mr. Django, there's some, I wanted to talk to you about some stuff. Well, you see, that Jimmy and Shivaka, they kind of stole my job. I was training all the new recruits, and they sort of just keep bullying me, and telling me that I there's other things for me to do, and they keep distracting me with toys.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna use my authority of an officer. Let's solve this problem. Alphonse, you come with me.
I've been training super hard. Look, and he goes and he uses his gun and he kills the nearby parrot.
Yeah, good shot there, Alphonse.
I was trying to hit that parrot. Yes, that's what I was shooting at. And you do notice that there were some bottles set up near the parrot.
Right. Just bolster that for now. Let's get this sorted out. So I walk with Alphonse up to the deck and say, Jimmy, Shivaka.
Okay. Yeah, they both look conspiratorially at each other and then over at you. Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of planning some Bullet Club stuff.
Right, and I'm the one in charge of the Bullet Club. Therefore,
well, again, you're just so busy with this big adventure.
Well, Laura and I are going to start a book club because we're both sort of wizardy.
No, we're not.
You guys are just copying off of my fight club. Alright?
Kurg and I are going to start a book club because we both have wizard ritual caster feet.
Oh, but then you check the crew roster and he doesn't work here anymore.
We're going to both learn the sending spell and have our own pen pal book club.
Pen pal. Wait. Wait, I know who you can start a club with, Kishana. I know who you can start a club with. The ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ship.
I will! And I run up and I sit up here next to the thing and I start talking to the boat.
The ship is already part of my horticultural club.
Well, he's also the president of the board game club.
Oh no, our whole pirate campaign is turning into a Japanese after-school club anime. This is terrible.
Right.
I would totally play an after-school club D&D adventure.
Well, you know what? At our Christmas party, we got to play that Monster High game. I heard that's kind of like an anime situation.
I have it.
Anime. Okay.
Pretty good game. Me and
played
Mallory
before.
played.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay. Yeah. So Jimmy says, "All right, you want to go over some stuff? You want some kind of hero break right now, or?"
Yes, we are on a bit of a break. All right. So here's the skitty. While I'm not here, y'all are in charge, and being that you all are part of the Bullet Club, and that is official, being that you two are part of the Bullet Club, you represent me. And me being an officer of this ship, I take how you represent me very seriously.
Yes, I rise to the challenge, my love. Watch this.
And she produces a cowboy hat, and she puts it on. And she takes out some guns and starts spinning them on her fingers. And she says,
Howdy. It's me, Django. How's that? See, it's pretty good.
Yeah. You said I was the one who was being very dismissive. Yeah. No, you're not distracting me, and we ain't changing the subject. You see, I have a bit of an issue with something you two have been with how you two have been treating somebody on the ship.
Jimmy says, I mean, after we talked to you, you made it sound like the Bullet Club was the most important thing that's going on the ship other than the two of us. So, you know, we asked around what qualified people to be a good pirate. And, well, Shivaka, she's been a pirate longer than even you have. And, you know, it's being strong. So, anybody that's a liability, we're just trying to, you know, make sure that they have a different job. Can't be relying on them in the middle of a fight, you know.
And is that why I hear you've been picking on poor Alphonse here?
Picking on him? I've been giving him toys to play. He's a little boy. He shouldn't be using guns.
Really? Maybe in that case, I should be taking guns away from either you until I'm sure you all.
You calling us babies?
Y'all seem to. Y'all are picking on Alphonse like you are.
We ain't picking on him. He's a little kid inside that suit of armor. He don't know no better. He constantly shooting people in the butt.
Have you even
damaging
tried?
Property?
Look, I'll admit
Claxmus,
according to work.
We've been asking around. The reason he ain't so good with a gun is he don't have no eyeballs.
Claxmus would like to step in for a moment.
Okay. Yeah. It's getting heated over there.
He would like to.
You can see Shivaka very subtly applying poison to many throwing blades, just in case.
He thinks about putting his arm around Jimmy, and then he's just like, no. I was like, okay. And I looked at Jimmy, and I looked at Shivaka, right? I was like, I want you. This is like practice, right? Because I'm about to be a father too, apparently, right? This is.
Oh, congratulations, Claxmus.
Thank you. If we all don't die, of course.
All that.
This is practice for you, Shivaka, and you, Jimmy. This is a kid who needs someone to take under their wing and teach them how to be a pirate. And
so you're going to take Alphonse with you?
No.
Since you're practicing to be a father.
No.
I don't see a problem with that.
This is I take Jimmy's hand and I take Shivaka's hand and then I join it together and I was like, this is your story quest. Congratulations.
Wait.
Congratulations.
They both look over. Yeah, they both look over at Alphonse, who is just crying in like the. He's made a corner by putting some like crates next to each other, and then he's crying in it.
And to like drive it really home, this is one of those quests that like even if you put where you can't track it, it just doesn't go away. Congratulations. Good luck. I'm gonna walk away now.
They both turn to you, Django, pleadingly. They don't want this quest.
Oh, well, Claxmus actually has more authority of an officer than I do, you know,
This is some bullshit. I've been here longer than all of you. I almost killed Claxmus several times.
Almost killed Django several times, too.
Yes, you've actually killed me once, if you recall correctly.
So obviously I shouldn't have to raise a robot baby.
You can say you shouldn't, but I am using my authority of an officer and the authority that Claxmus has used here, that you and Jimmy are going to properly train Alphonse in how to use a firearm. And if you don't, there will be consequences for it. And I will not hear anything otherwise from either of you. Do I make myself clear?
All right, give me an intimidation with advantage.
Pick up!
Keep it in mind, you got some kind of swashbuckler thing. Since you're convinced you're a swashbuckler, I let you keep those swashbuckler abilities. So. Holy shit! Oh, Django's such a lucky character. I don't know how your Loxodon rolls on Fridays, but Man, I would love to have a character this lucky. Yeah, the two of them look very sheepish, and then they kind of mumble at the same time, like, "All right,
All right, and I'll tell you what. If you can get him to at least be a decent shot by the time we're done with this whole Honor story arc, I'll think up something special 3 of us can do, just the 3 of us. How's that sound?
Has something special throwing Alphonse off the side of the ship before we leave?
I mean, I was thinking maybe some sort of kinky sex thing, but you know, if you want to do that instead.
So our reward is just an everyday occurrence?
Listen,
you mean you're gonna use your imagination this time?
She looks at Jimmy and smirks, and he kind of chuckles a little bit, and he says, "Nah, all right, we'll fine. We'll try our best to get this Alphonse kid fighting fit. Just so you know, we're still learning ourselves, so I can't guarantee no sharpshooting or nothing like that."
Oh, no. It's like I said, I just said decent.
Maybe we could cut down on the friendly fire at least.
There you go, see?
Okay.
Introduce to a nice girl. I think there's another kid on board this vessel.
So as soon as you leave, Django, they both immediately go knock on Alora's door.
Fuckers.
Hello?
Yeah, it's me, Jimmy. And Shivaka's here too.
Oh, I've seen you two around.
Yeah, you seen me around. We fought the god of shit together on Alora. Then a big ass woman with buttholes for eyeballs showed up. You don't remember none of that? We led a liberation army against the slave colony.
Jimmy, I remember so much. I wish I could forget.
I know those feelings. Look, we brought some
having
whiskey.
my
if it'll
room
help.
next to yours, just every night.
Hey, we don't say nothing about them rabbit screams. Just saying.
What rabbit screams?
Mm-hmm. Now listen, I'm Laura. Django's given us an impossible task. We have to get that damn robot to shoot straight. Is there anything you could whip up with your, I don't know, nerd powers or something? Make it so that robot can actually, hit something?
Just needs glasses, I bet.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Have you tried testing his vision?
Shivaka laughs, and she says,
I mean, if you consider never hitting a target testing, then yes, we have tested his vision.
Here, why don't you try these?
Where are we gonna put these? He doesn't have any eye holes. He's like a ghost or
Just
something.
hold them in front of him. Hold them in front of him and see if it makes a difference. If it does, I'll fix him something that'll fit.
All right. Thank you.
all right. So, the fuck is this, an NPC episode? Get these assholes out of here. All right, what are the main characters up to here?
What? I mean, I'm having a crisis. That's what's happening. I'm having a crisis, if you must know.
Convince him to join my book club.
Who are you trying to convince to join your book club? Anybody that'll join?
Look, there is nothing in the charter about only being able to
Wait,
be one club.
I know how to read. Can I join your book club, Kishar?
Of course. Our stories are already sort of connected anyway because you want to get with Snuggly.
Yeah, I have can I recommend our first book?
Oh boy, yeah.
Okay, she blushes and she produces a book. It shows a beautiful young faveled woman, and she is being kissed on by two incredibly old Valorian men. The title is Between Two Walnuts.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Yeah, exactly what I expected.
It's
I was sort of thinking more like magical type books, but
there's magic. There's magic in this book. The main character, she's half vampire. That's magical. she actually becomes a vampire. So I don't want to spoil too much for you, but
How are you half vampire?
she
Like, are
becomes.
you either vampire or not
Well,
vampire?
that's why you have to read the book. It's very engaging, and there's a lot of really important historical information also.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You see a Rel approach, and she says, what are you two talking about? What's...
So originally I was starting a book club like with the play on words, like with wizards and stuff. But I guess we're starting like an actual book club now too.
She grabs between two walnuts and looks at it and says, "This is a horror story?"
That's probably one way to look at it.
And she kind of squints at it, and she slowly like opens it, and she says, what is this?"
We need viewpoints from all sides for our book club discussions. So I think your input would be very valuable.
I don't know how to read.
Diodario can read it for you. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you hear over the sound of Bubbles' therapeutic crying. You hear, between two walnuts, one of my favorites. I certainly don't mind reading that one out loud. There's some spicy bits.
I suppose to be nice, I should invite you to the book club as well, Diodario, if you're interested.
Oh, well, I'm glad I made the first cut. Certainly.
Pig out.
Oh my god.
Diodario, could you read the book for Pig Out also?
Certainly, yeah, we can have story night. We can invite the whole crew to listen.
Pig out.
Vivian's sexual odyssey into the world of half-vampirism so that she could fulfill her ultimate goal of banging two old dudes at once is a tale as old as time, and it resonates with every person in a different way.
I am absolutely sure that last part is true.
You know who would love this book? Anna Laura would love this book.
Anna Laura already said she didn't want to be in my book club, unfortunately.
Oh, she's so cold. She's so cold. She's afraid. That's why.
If we read really loud in the room next to hers, it'll be like she's in it, though.
Oh, yeah, we could get a wand of thaumaturgy next time we're in port of call, and then we could broadcast it to the whole ship.
I've got this amulet that lets you cast thaumaturgy on yourself, and it doesn't require attunement. I'll just put it around your skull when you're reading.
Oh, excellent. I could wear it like a little hat.
I was thinking more of a diadem, but yeah, sure, hat. A hat that only goes around the edges and hangs in front of your face, like a diadem.
Hey, I heard something about sex with two dudes. Something going on over here?
Yeah, we're starting a book club. Apparently a sex book club.
Is this the book? Oh, this is
Yes,
a good
it
one.
is.
Yeah, I'd read this. I'll read this one again. Yeah, sure. I'll be in your book club.
So, I guess so. This
Turtle.
Turtle.
Blue turtle.
All right, we've got another listener, Diodario. Do we have a room big enough for all these people, or we have to do this on the deck?
Oh, don't worry. Look, listen. I'll just ask the captain if I can. I can just read it after mealtime. Captain, is that all right? And you just hear pressure so much.
That sounds like a yes to me.
It certainly does.
Yeah,
Certainly does. Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
You guys use the bilge. No one goes down there. And it's just as smutty as your smut book.
No. Claximus, they say it's haunted by the ghost of a dragonborn.
I lived
Once
there for a couple.
no roommates.
No, that was the old. Like, this is okay, we still did use pieces.
Claximus, I'm using it to haze the new recruits.
Oh. Wait, how come you didn't tell me? Like, what do you do? Like, I could. Hey. Like, I got this new thing, right? where I glow real bright and it causes people damage, but they won't know that, right? So we could go down there and I could be like, oh, Fafnir's possessing me, and then like erupt with radiant energy that hurt.
Oh,
that
Claxvis, that's a good one. That's good.
I have to do it sometime.
The story of the first roommate he kicked out. I was there.
All right, fair. Amongst the new recruits, they are desperate for a chance to fit in and to gain faction points with well-established crewmates and crew members, Kishara. So, since the Bullet Club has been very hard to break into, and the Horticulture Club is very dangerous, it's a slippery slope between learning about plants and having sex with Lift. So a lot of hearing about your book club and that you don't even need to know how to read to be in your book club has definitely attracted a lot of the newer recruits.
Pigo! Blue turtle.
Does this mean that my officer position is just like officer of books now, or because I mean I was sort of made an officer, but I wasn't really officer of anything.
How about officer of morale? There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because John is more of officer of bookkeeping.
I could see that. Yeah, Kishara is the morale officer.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting when I start just completely falling apart during my personal quest.
Sure.
Okay. Do you need some kind of budget for your new position, or?
Well, apparently we only need like 3 copies of each book, so that won't take up that much.
Look, I mean, books are cool and all, but if you're gonna be the morale officer, you gotta be in charge of like the next burning bosom. You gotta be in charge of rum rations. You gotta be in charge of when people can schedule shore leave. You gotta be in charge of fishing tournaments. Like you're like you're like project manager, event coordinator.
You gotta make sure
PR,
Coop doesn't get
PR woman.
Yeah, you gotta make sure Coop doesn't get too drunk that he can't cook a meal. But then again, he has you know,
as the morale officer, everyone's
He's a little bit drunk. So
Kishara, everyone's happiness is now your responsibility.
excellent.
And as she says that, you guys hear just a pained wail come out of Bubbles. I miss my home. I miss the forest. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Just look at the boat. Love it. It must have taken so many trees to make this boat. It's like you're on the forest all the time. I look over at Sandara.
Okay.
Like that, or?
Sure. And she just
Okay, I can do that. Let me get back to you on the. No, wait. Why would you need to know the budget? Doesn't Anna Laura do that?
Well, yeah, I was just curious because I'm going to benefit directly from the fund, so I want to make sure that the fund is well funded.
Oh no, yeah, that's fair. Do you want to be like vice president?
No, She kind of looks confused.
Vice president. Perfect.
I think I'm just in charge of like clerical duties. Is that?
Clerical duties has a different connotation. Like that means like paperwork. So that's
I'm like the ship. I'm like the ship surgeon because our Laura's like moved on, right? I'm. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little confused what we all do nowadays on the ship.
You're like worship leader or something.
Spiritual leader. Clax,
Yeah,
honey,
we'll go with that.
what is it? What is my officer job now? I mean, you split everybody up, and you didn't like. It wasn't clear when you reassigned the roles. What?
Oh, okay.
And you were officer of Solus for a while, but you're big again.
So before of?
I thought I was in charge of like healing and stuff, right?
Yeah. So I mean, we still. Ooh, what about guidance? You're the officer of guidance, right? Because you're gonna try to guide me away from what's going on in my crisis of a life.
Okay, so like spiritual advice?
Yeah.
Is that really an officer position? I'm not trying to talk
advisor.
myself out of a job.
Everybody has their role on the ship. But that's where I leave it at.
Blacksmith, buddy, former boss, while I have your ear. And while Anna Laura's busy moping and the captain is having an emotional breakdown and you're trying to avoid your own existential crisis, this is a fine time to talk about Diodario, Officer of Communications. I feel like I've been performing the services of that position for some time now without the associated and attributed title and authority that should be affiliated with such work.
I take in Diodario's words, and this is a moment where you know how the charter is a guideline, and then sometimes it's the rules. I refer back to the guideline. I refer back to the charter as the rules. How Diodario is not an item, right? And he's more than that. But I think Anna made it so you can't become an officer according to this charter.
Oh, well, you know, she's probably not going to be around much longer. I feel like the pull of family and duty is going to just finally eat away at her, and she's just going to become like the new priestess of the Leviathan.
Have you met her family?
Oh, well, I certainly have. I was there for many hours of Lift's diplomacy.
Like, have you really, like, met her family?
Well, I mean, they seem a bit xenophobic. You know, that happens with primitive aboriginal cultures.
They are a bunch of dicks.
Oh, they are, you know, a bunch of dicks, sure,
And like, yeah, we're a bunch of dicks, right? But we're on Aurora's bunch of dicks, and we're her family now. That's not her family.
You're literally just one dick now.
Like, yeah, that's her family, right? That's her family, and like he does like quotation marks, but like, and then like I'd like, you know, parse out my hands, but like, but we're her family. If you family, and then I get real deep, like an action character.
Oh yeah, everybody nods. Everybody nods like this is the truest thing they've ever heard.
Family.
Yeah, everyone says family, but a mumbling spring Danish mumbles snugly.
Okay.
Aww.
Where is he at? I'm over here. I like trying to throw my voice across the ship with an old man's voice.
All right, so you guys, all this is of course transpiring during your journey to the Sea Witch's garden. Is that my understanding?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's see. All right, it's not letting me preload, so I'm just gonna send everybody over there, and we're gonna hope for the best. Oh, it's not letting me send anybody over there either. Let's see what I can do about that. Okay, on a Laura Arc. Open to folder, Mermaid Cafe, activate.
I wonder how Kevin felt about all this.
Alright, let's see. Can you guys see like the ass of a whale lord?
Let me zoom out. I see yes.
I do.
Okay. That is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So tiles, everyone can see them when they're in the margins.
Mm-hmm.
But like actors, you can't see in the margins. But like, why not see both in the margins? I don't understand.
Yeah, one or the other, right?
Well, both, or you know, like. Anyways, it's just yeah. So this is a good spot to drag your miniature in. It'll be right about here.
I was nervous. I thought we were dropping myself on another building or something.
Oh, hello. Zoom in. All right, this is the max zoom in.
Oh, that's nice.
I can understand why they banished her. She's way prettier than all of them. They must be mega jelly.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah. You heard me. You heard me. This right here.
All right. I wanted a picture, and yeah, we got one.
That's top tier waifu right there, alright? That's like triple S tier right here.
We're going
Look at that
against each other.
regal face, alright? Look at that. Like that. Her eyes scream, "You mean nothing to me."
Andronica's his wife.
Right.
This person right there, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, her eyes scream, "You mean nothing to me. You're nothing but a toy." That's
Are you
what
gonna
they
show
say.
her? You gonna show her your new
Yeah,
claw? Huh?
Captain would be all over that.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's
I'll
like
show her my
royalty
whole
right there. He would. Yeah. Yeah. And look how I just calls it as I sees it.
Captain wants this right here.
All right, so as you guys roll up on her garden, it's actually a little embarrassing because if you've been to America and you've been on the East Coast, you will often see signs for south of the border. As you approach the Sea Witch's garden, there are more and more such signs letting you know that you are heading towards the Sea Witch's garden, as if it is a hot spot to swing by and visit. There are signs that are like girls, 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 and boys, exclamation mark. Wishes granted, mini golf, whatever that is. There's a lot of promised goods and services on these very strange underwater signs that sort of litter the seafloor.
Is this Las Vegas?
All right. When you roll up, you are greeted by by gargantuan octopuses. They are, in fact, a beast that you could maybe turn into. I don't know. They got a very high CR though, but they're pretty beefy. These gargantuan octopi are obviously very intelligent, and they hand you brochures. The brochures explain to you, they're carved onto coral tablets, of course, that there are many goods and services that are available here. Companionship, virtual girlfriend, boyfriend services. They can also just hang out with you if you need a friend, so you could hire a friend for the day. If you just want to pretend that you have like a waifu or a husbando, they actually have little houses that you could rent, and then they will pretend to be your loving partner. And they'll cook for you and take care of you, listen to your problems and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cringy. Yeah, but you do see some people on the crew are passing these around, and they do look pretty interested in the many services that are on offer. Also, they have a 5-star restaurant, so pretty nice.
We're in Suck in Japan. I knew it. Yeah. All right. I love it.
Okay. So if the goal though is an audience with the Sea Witch, when she hears that the wayward Princess Arelai, who had been exiled, has returned and wishes an audience with her, she immediately clears her schedule to meet with you. And that is where we'll pick up next time, is with your meeting with the Sea Witch. Your expedited meeting with the Sea Witch.
Under the sea.
Next year? What do you mean?
No, don't sing that.
We got another game next week. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I was like, damn, December kind of long. Looking at that shit. Yeah, next week is the thing that has to happen. I had to explain that to my kid because she thought Christmas break started already. I was like, no, next week exists. And it's a thing.
Any announcements?
Any announcements? Part 2 of a 3-part series is tomorrow night. I don't know if it's actually going to be streamed. I'll try to record it without crashing it this time, but if you wanted to listen in while you're doing something else, you're welcome to jump into the Discord chat. I can even make you a spectator character if you just want to watch the adventure, while it's happening. But I can't make any guarantees of the recording just because I completely flubbed it last week. So I'll be less inclined to give a shit about it working this time. What a great endorsement. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, also, that's what let's see. The end of the year awards have been delayed. Caden X was gonna run them, but then Real Life stepped in, so he's got to delay them for about a week, which is probably for the best because next week is going to be pretty busy for some people, I think, as they get ready for the holidays. Speaking of holidays, there are people that have sent in presents to give to other characters. So if you want one of your characters to send a Yule present to another character via fourth wall breaking meta technology, message me with the details and it can be added under the tree. Or if you just have decorations you want to put on the tree, that's cool too.
It's just like a trinket.
Yeah, it could be a trinket. It could be an item your character has that you think another character would get more use out of. That sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
As long as the DM for that campaign vets the item, it'll be fine. Obviously, some campaigns are lower magic than others, so receiving like a 10th level magic item and like a 4th level campaign probably wouldn't work out so high.
Or like an item that it's a bonus action, and then you get an action. And
oh yeah.
And then it goes to the fighter who gets a bonus action when he uses an action.
That definitely would get lost in the mail for sure. So, what else? Oh yeah, I don't know what everybody's plans are for Christmas. I know a lot of people can't see anybody. We've had on the server before people get together and play a bunch of games, like Jackbox and Among Us and things like that. Might be kind of a fun thing to do, because not everybody is able to see their family at Christmas this year, and some people actually care about doing stuff like that. So this could be a good way to help some people out that might be feeling a little down. So if you feel up to hosting such an event, let me or one of the mods know, and they'll help get you set up to do that. But yeah, the server's here not just for me to run games, but for anybody on the server who wants to run games, and they don't even have to be D&D games. We've got people playing video games and WoW and all sorts of other stuff. So again, it's a resource that's there for everybody. All right. Anybody else have any announcements? Nope. All right. Then we will be back next week for the final game of the year. And then we'll resume back in January. So
yeah.
All right. If you guys need me for anything, at me. It's the best way to get a hold of me on the server.
Awesome, buddy.
Night,
Night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Night, everybody.